All of the shows on the Pod Almighty Network are powered by Core Fusion, the secure managed hosting provider for all of your hosting, domain name registration, and voice over IP needs. CoreFusion.com.
You're listening to Forever Young with Dean Young and Friends. It's inside the coffee shop, like a skeleton dipped in soy margarine.
Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine.
To Andy Garcia.
All right. How's everybody doing? Cleveland Deaners out there?
Ow!
Yeah, I like that. We don't usually do that. That's a good first time. Clap.
Yeah.
I'm live studio audience.
I'm just fapping.
That's going to be retweeted by Fap Cop.
Oh, I love
Every
Fap
time.
Cop.
Fap Cop. He retweets anything with vaguely masturbation in it. I'm your host, crappy Scott Aukerman, or the Dean Machine, according to Pat McDonald.
I like crappy Scott Aukerman.
Crappy Scott Aukerman is a better fit for
I
sure.
don't even know who Scott Aukerman is.
What?
Sorry, man.
See,
I'm ill-informed.
He's not doing his job. But also, to be fair, and I'll tell them who you are in a second here, 'cause, you know, who cares about the preamble? You are a guy who just 2 seconds ago, before we started rolling this, you said you tuned into satellite radio like one time, too, before.
Oh, no, I listen to satellite radio every day. I just
Particular
turn to
satellite
a
radio,
certain
though.
channel.
A certain channel,
We
which
happen
we won't
to know
name.
many people on the channel.
And we-
And I was like, well,
We're in bed with a lot of people in there.
going back to Stern now.
Same with the podcasts then, probably?
I
Don't frequent the podcasts?
Yeah, I'm not really a podcast guy.
I can't afford them.
Yeah.
Well, I do have the satellite radio, so it's like it's a constant. There's constant content.
Yeah.
So I pay for it, so I don't have to go look for stuff. You know, I just hit a certain channel and boom.
That was a terrible commercial for my own product right there. From today's guest, Jeff Paul, who's been on this show before, because back in the winter he launched his first comedy festival down in Niagara on the Lake, Icebreakers.
Icebreakers.
The name of his comedy festival, the name of probably at least one fucking Paul Simon song, couple of... I don't even know. A couple of maybe Sidney Pollack movies are probably called that.
Every one of my conversations with chicks at bars.
Right? Get right in there.
How much does an elephant weigh?
You know what? My
Enough
cousin
to
had
kill
a
a
good
polar
one that he would do. It never worked, but my cousin had this one he would do always at the end of the night if he had a girl that was into him or whatever, and he just throughout the night just got blackout hammered and just ruined anything that was going to happen there. Then he would go for the move at that point, and he just called it the Scorpion because it was the Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. He would just go, get over here. Which sends out all the wrong vibes.
I don't think you can do that move in this day and age.
I think that's a zero tolerance type
they
of
kind of got
move.
rid of that in the 80s.
Yeah.
The girls
Yeah.
in bars, if they give me a Mortal Kombat move, it's always the Sub-Zero. Ice Queen.
Oh, hey-oh. No,
Do we have
it's
5
a
minutes
friendship at
for
best.
this guy's introduction? Or
We
what?
will for sure. So we got we got Jeff Paul here launching his second comedy festival, the Clocktower Comedy Festival, also in NOTL,
Niagara
on the Lake.
It is. We had such success with the Icebreakers. We figured let's bleed this fucking town dry.
It is. Well, there's it's just Wasp Central. There's nothing but money there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a wine-soaked cesspool of old money.
Looking for something to do.
Bad beat
Cut
problem.
the main vein, bleed it dry. Great plugs. And then, why not? We also have First Time on Forever Young with Dean Young and Friends on Pod Almighty. We have Mr. Hunter Collins here.
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you
It's
for having me.
It's not just Hunter Collins. It's sir. You do it.
International television juggernaut, festival favorite, king of modesty, Hunter
Yeah.
the Draw Collins.
Hunter the Draw Collins.
He is the draw.
Who I'm going to talk to Hunter on a separate episode too, which it means nothing to anyone listening to this one until both of them are airing. But, for context, let's tear that fourth wall right the fuck down. You guys could also do as many fucks on here as you want,
Oh,
right?
Fuckity fuck.
fudging great.
Right? As many... And whatever kind
Hunter
of
doesn't
curse
go in
words.
for that
He
toilet
doesn't.
humor.
He doesn't need a crutch. Quite frankly, as some of us do. He doesn't need that crutch.
I just
there.
come right out and make fun of the handicap.
Yeah.
Wrong with that.
By the way, I apologize for not wearing any pants, but I hope you guys like my sombrero.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. It fits your penis well.
Is that custom?
It's that tiny sombrero.
He got it right here from the Bloordale Village, right up the street here in little. I don't know
Tiny
what
ones
is
they put on chihuahuas.
what is this neighborhood?
Little
that we're in?
Belize? I believe we're in Little Belize.
We're in Little Belize now.
It's not a nice neighborhood.
We're in Hondurasville here in Toronto,
Oh, man.
right in the middle of Hondurasville. No, it's nice. We're in the home of the Dufferin bus, which is a great ride. Catch that if you ever get a chance.
Smells like eggs
It smells like eggs
on
yeah.
that bus.
It does. It just feels like mistakes that haven't happened yet every time.
Oh, man. I hesitate to use the word animals, but the people who wait for that fucking bus, in this city, just wait in line like a goddamn human being.
Yeah.
You don't have to all barge in, so you get to sit underneath the Jose Bautista, advertisement or whatever your favorite spot is. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm from Montreal. It's never like that.
I drove my car here, lap of luxury, listened to my satellite radio the entire way.
That's true, yeah.
Great quality programming.
Sirius XM.
You can
Yeah.
get satellite radio in a 92 Tercel?
Yeah, you can actually.
man.
It's you got to mount it on the dash yourself and run some speakers
Carve out
out
the
of
tape
it.
deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dish on the top of the car looks cool, too.
Yeah.
Actually, when I
Added
first got my
bonus.
Sirius, I was playing it through my tape deck. It was like
Wow.
those old adapters. I
love
it was
those.
like the new technology mixed with the old,
Yeah, man.
and then my tape deck gave out.
The sad life of a comic, of a festival booker.
Goddamn tape deck, bro.
Two-time festival booker. That's Canada for you.
Can't even listen to this mixtape my girl made me in high school no more.
Tape tech problems.
Actually, I had a girl in college. She made me a mixtape, and because
Well, that's always nice, though.
yeah, she was a nice girl. But she was like, I gave her a ride one day. She's like, "You got a tape deck?" And I was like, "Well, it was like still like 2002,
Right.
Like I couldn't afford a CD player yet." But she made me a mixtape, and she was just like, play it. She goes, get in your car, roll down the windows, and just blast it. So I was like pulling out of the parking lot at
keep
college,
going.
and then it was just like a slow build, and it was like, I am a real
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Hulkster's theme song.
Yeah. Any girl that I was almost going to say burned, whatever you're going to say, onto a tape, gave you some Derringer. That's a keeper right
Hey
there.
man,
Derringer,
a girl making a mixtape, that is a lot of work. You ever make a girl a mixtape, Hunter? Are you too young for that?
Just guys.
Just guys.
I've never conveyed my love via mixtape, only my brodom.
Oh man, it's
Actually, I would say the same.
a
I
lost
made
art.
some rap CDs for the boys in high school. I wouldn't even have tried that with the girls. I was a little bit rotund. Is that the nice way to say that on the radio?
Hey, fat guys
A little
gotta
bit
get laid too,
chubster.
man.
Well, some of us didn't know how, Jeff. I
Well,
really didn't know how.
you just
I didn't have my
gotta-
game down.
pick the smallest girl and throw a roofie down her throat.
Yeah,
It's the easiest to carry home. Make sure she's the bitch in the group so none of her friends will care.
yeah. That's true. So no one goes looking.
I'm glad she's out of here.
Dating tips with Jeff Paul. That's how you get them. I don't know. That's not the tape deck thing. Isn't that sad? This is kind of sad, you guys. And it happened. I bought a new pair of shoes from Payless Shoe Source because I'm always looking for new sponsors. Payless Shoe Source with loonies that I rolled up.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to do that in front of a lawyer.
Those them?
These are them.
Hey,
Right?
nice kicks.
Champions.
Champions. They still sell champions there.
Kicks.
My last
Amazing.
pair of champions also from there, lasted me like a year and a half, inclning the winter.
I bought
Whoa.
a sweet pair.
Comic tips.
I bought a
They really
sweet
are
pair of
champions.
They are
Airwalks
champions.
from Payless.
They still do Airwalks. I've
still
got
got
many an Airwalk at home, my friend. The 90s never ended.
I have.
for me.
I'm going on. This is my 8th shell toe Adidas,
Yeah.
and I just wear them until they fall off, and then I buy a new pair. The exact same.
Now-
Don't change anything.
8th consecutive pair or just 8th over a lifetime span?
Consecutive.
Consecutive.
Yeah,
okay.
I actually tried
That's
to.
commitment.
What was your candy before that?
I would just, I don't know, any like those old skater shoes. Like I just jump around like Vans and I don't know what else there was.
Knowing you back then, you'd be wearing fucking clown shoes, bud.
Always clown shoes. But yeah, no. Now I don't know. They're the most comfortable
Skechers.
shoe, and I just don't want to.
Do Airwalks have air in them?
No, it's just all. I don't know why they're
They
called
breathe, though, baby. They breathe.
Yeah.
Hunter saw me this weekend in my rubber boots all weekend. That was
Oh,
that. Like
yeah.
actual full-on rubber boots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
full on gross just like color of a tire,
Yeah.
rubber boots.
Like he was gonna like skin some teenagers with an oyster shucking knife, kind of a deal.
Oh, yeah.
And did he ever?
If he wasn't so rotund, he couldn't catch them.
That's right. Call back.
But yeah, no, we spent a nice weekend at my cottage. Me and Hunter.
Yeah.
There
Nice.
was other dudes there, but we just did our own thing.
Separate
the whole
room.
time.
Yeah.
Locked ourselves up.
We'll be over here, guys.
Put in a mixtape.
Yeah, just a kiddie pool full of McRib sauce. I know how Jeff Paul throws down. That's all it was. Where was that? Where were you guys up doing shows or just escaping
No.
from
There was
the
a
town?
big group of us. It was count 8.
Yeah.
8 of us, all dudes, went up to my cottage for the long weekend.
Stop saying all dudes.
It was all dudes.
It was,
man.
but we don't have to tell the listeners that.
Well, no, because it's funny because last year it was quite the mix of guys and girls.
Wasn't it?
And then every single one of us broke up with our girlfriend
That we brought to the cottage.
Over the weekend at the cottage?
No. Just
Eventually.
over the past year.
Before the
okay.
next cottaging season.
Yeah.
If
so
it was all that weekend, that would have been a thing of glory.
we had an
Yeah.
email thread going on. I was like, guys, I'm looking forward to this, and I posted pictures from last year, and it was each of us with our ex-girlfriend.
Oh, man. That cottage is like an Amityville house, but for love.
A friend of mine did that once. We were out. We just drank a bottle of Jameson all day, and then
As you do.
all of a sudden, at the end of the bottle of Jameson, this was like day drinking in the summer. He just grabs his phone. He goes, "Hold on a second." Walks away for a couple minutes. Comes back. He goes, "Okay, I'm single. I've been thinking about that for a while." All right. That's a good hangover.
Wish it was that.
Jameson.
He's stuck with his decision, though. You know.
That's what the slogan for Jameson should be. Answers in the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah. All the great life decisions are buried right in there.
I didn't even finish my Jim Beam.
You left it.
Yeah.
My old man will be sauced up on that Saturday night.
Good.
Camp drinking. Oh, yeah, because it was the long weekend.
Victoria
I didn't
Day.
even realize. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Usually I would go home and do some camping because up there it's camping. It's not, you don't go
Isn't
to a
just-
cottage.
Everything's camping. Like
Yeah,
you
just-
go back to your mom's tent for the weekend.
Yeah, if you go to your mom's tent, it's camping. If you have
actually
a
a tent trailer.
topper, a tent it's all camping. If you have a cabin, it's camping.
What's
Right.
a topper? A tent trailer is called a topper.
Topper is just like the topper on the back of a truck. Like there's
Oh,
no
yeah,
levels
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
It's just a roof. I used to have one of those, and then
Cap, I think.
my buddies waited till I was good and sauced up one night, and I guess they went in during the daytime and like undid all the clamps that were holding it down, and they planned this out.
so then
and-
when you went to sleep, they
Went to sleep, they lifted it off, and then they took my truck, threw her into neutral, coasted it all the way down the hill into the fucking lake. And I wake up, and I look up, and I'm just out of it, and there's just starry sky all above me, and I have to, like, walk through waist-deep water. Like, they really did a number on me. Here's an
man.
old piece of shit anyways, but I had to get back to shore. I go
they
up to
sank
the-
your house and
They
truck.
sank my house and everything I owned, which was the case of empties.
That's called the personal Hurricane Katrina.
And to top it all off, I go back to the campsite, and there's a bunch of them still sitting around the fire. And it's like 4 a.m. or something at this point. And my buddy's dad is out there too, and he's sitting there, and he just goes, "You're a real dickhead today. You're being a real dickhead." And I didn't figure it out for the longest time, but I had to just the icing on the cake, just the cherry on top. They drew a nice big victorious cock all over my face after destroying everything. That was good. I didn't, I can't blame for that.
Well, yeah, you might as well do the full. Go the full
If
thing.
you're gonna go for it,
We're gonna sink his truck, but we better, draw a dick.
Try
across his door.
Victorious. You did say victorious, not Victoria's, right? Because I want to see this. I
Yeah,
want to see
Victoria's
Victoria's
cock.
cock.
It was just a big.
Who's Victoria?
she's got a nice, big, veiny bastard.
And it would make sense for Victoria Day, right? Which is what it was, right?
Yeah.
May 24? They call
Yeah.
it May 24 here. Everywhere else in the country but Quebec, they call it Victoria Day. And in
Well, it is
Quebec,
Victoria Day.
in Quebec, it's English Queen Pig Day.
We just called it May Long. That's all we ever had.
May Long.
May Long.
Well, the thing is,
May
the
Long.
My
American,
first Vietnamese girlfriend's name, actually.
May Long.
the Americans have the May 24, which is this weekend, but we're always a week before them.
They have one too. I didn't even know.
Yeah, they
that.
have
all these
there's
years
this,
of
Memorial
life.
Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. yeah.
Will Smith's not so action movie.
It was a sleeper hit. It was a cottage.
Literally, Will
pretty
Smith
much
sleeping.
Hung out at the beach.
That's all it is. Maybe that's what he's doing now. He's a Scientologist. He can do whatever he wants, you know?
Yeah, once you get to that level of Scientology, there's no stopping you.
Once they give you the envelope with Xenu in it.
Oh, God.
Right? Once you paid enough bills to get to that level, you're laughing.
Yeah, that's where they give you all the secrets. Like,
That's
this
where you
whole
find
thing
out
is
everything.
fake and made up by a guy who, if he was alive today, would be like 80.
Yeah.
Dude, what a great bet, though.
It's just one big, I think it's one big, like, reverse psychology long con.
Yeah.
To get people into psychology. Right?
Wow.
It's the old reverse. It'd be like going up to somebody.
Sure, it's not just religious bullshit.
Well, it's a selling tool for psychology is what it is, you guys. I got it all figured out.
Jeez.
That's what they're doing. It's the longest con.
Long con.
Long con.
Which was my second
old
Vietnamese
Texas
girlfriend's
grip.
name, actually.
Long con?
Yeah.
May Long and Long con?
Yeah.
I miss her. She was great. She was great up at my cottage.
She left me for Maylong.
That same year.
Yeah.
That same year. Oh, yeah, I guess we should talk about this festival at some point, eh?
Oh, yeah.
We're here to plug. So,
I brought some things in to...
you brought some things to show the radio
left them in
listeners?
my car. So, no, just some things that I would know to talk about, and then I left it in my car.
Well, it's good to test you on your own festival.
No, I know everybody on it.
That's good. That's probably how they got on it.
I got Ryan Belleville is
Yeah.
the big draw, the big name. That's, we're
One of the country's finest.
Yeah, he is a machine.
He came on the Late Show there that I do at Comedy Bar, and he described it as it's like two monkeys in suits got stoned and saw 5 minutes of Letterman one time, which I thought was the most accurate, probably, description of that thing.
If
ever.
Letterman was even in his comparison, you should be happy.
Right? I was fine with that. I've used that in a couple of send-outs since then. I thought, good enough. That's the only person who said anything. So you got Ryan Belleville on
Ryan
there.
Belleville, who is his parents are Niagara Lake natives.
Look at that.
So
It's in the blood.
he said we don't even have to put him in a hotel room. But we rented a big house for the whole weekend. Big,
Okay.
big cottage rental.
Yeah.
Sleeps
Summer
8.
festival.
Everyone's going to have fun. But
The bed and breakfast?
and it's not a bed and breakfast. No,
Okay.
it's not the same place. It's
You're
like
going to
in
cook
town.
for everyone, though, right?
I'd probably cook breakfast for everybody. Then we got like sponsors for lunches and dinners and stuff. And
But you're going to
I might come in and make breakfast for everybody.
in your underwear and.
No, I'll show up.
I thought it'd be like
complete professional.
we're going to sleep there with
No,
them.
no.
You can borrow my sombrero.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Right now.
Look at that, it fits.
So yeah, on the gala show, which is at the Niagara Lake Community Center, the new community center.
Ooh.
Where the gala was at the Icebreakers was the old community center.
Oh, man.
And
They burnt it down after they saw the filth that was set in there.
No, that was actually a pretty nice venue. It wasn't
It was great.
for a comedy show, but it was like a hall. Like a
Oh,
nice-
it was awesome. It was packed.
Yeah, and so this one's like double the size, 450 people.
Wow.
I will be hosting that one because I work for free.
Yeah. And, when it's your deal, when you're
Yeah.
throwing it together.
Yeah, I think this is. Me and my silent partner have been talking, and this is the last year we're probably going to put ourselves on the fest and then just work it like from the.
Yeah, launcher and then off you go.
We got Graham Kay who's going to open the gala.
Yeah, very nice.
Rebecca Kohler and Nick Beaton, and Rebecca and Nick are also headlining Friday night shows, the 8 and 10 o'clock shows.
Great.
So yeah, then we got some first timers coming down there.
Yeah.
Because they're all first timers because this hasn't been done before.
Yeah, why is it the clock tower?
Because Niagara on the Lake has a beautiful clock tower right in the middle of the street. It is a symbol of the town.
It's a symbol of the town?
Yes, everybody in Niagara on the Lake knows the clock tower.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to work down there back in the day, we would take drives just to check the time. Like, you got to watch? No. Let's take a drive downtown and see what that clock says.
Check the town watch.
We get down there.
Check the town.
Hey, we get down there and be like, oh, well, we got let's take a drive for half an hour before lunch. So yeah, we call it that. And now we started a company, me and a buddy, and then a few patrons of Niagara Lake.
Yeah.
A few business owners called Clocktower Entertainment, and that's where we're going to run.
Oh, great.
Look at this,
Both
eh? It all
festivals.
springs off from there.
Underneath there. And
How do we contact Clocktower Entertainment if we want to book something through you guys?
you got my number. You can text me.
Let me pull that up. So you hear that, viewers? That's 416.
One hell of a plug.
Ask
Yeah,
for
so-
Jeff.
What's your social insurance number?
I'm going to become the king of Niagara on the Lake comedy, and I won't let anyone else in. I'm going to box everyone else.
That's
out.
what you have to do.
out.
You have to. It's like Boardwalk Empire around here. You just kind of carve out your little.
Well, that's funny. It's a joke because there's people in comedy that we know who they start things outside of the city, and then they try to this is my area.
Yeah,
you can't come in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyone can go do a comedy show down there if they want. I don't care.
Won't be as good.
Good
as
luck.
yours.
Just try and be as good as
I don't
Jeff
think
Paul.
it will be. It's we've got big corporate sponsors.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. You guys you just showed us one of your. Can we announce this one yet?
yeah, we just got the sponsor today. SiriusXM just jumped on board.
Yeah. With Canada Laughs.
Yeah.
The comedy channel.
They'll be talking about us. We got Yuks, big comedy corporation throughout the country.
They own a couple of clubs.
Yeah. Hunter's signed with them. They are our actual main sponsor.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they're very happy to be on board. They're
Main
happy.
sponsor. Wow.
Yeah, they see the potential in things like this. So it was funny because last one we were just kind of trying to do it under their radar, and then they emailed me. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just
We'll help you if you aren't being.
Yeah,
a
well, that's what they
jackass.
said. They're like, they're like, we feel like you're hiding this from us. I'm like, I'm not hiding it. I'm just.
A little bit.
I didn't hide it. I put it out there and said, this is what I'm doing. I didn't know I had to go to them. Because, I do shows for Yuks. I am kind of a part of them. Not
That's
signed
true,
with them.
yeah.
And,
So you didn't do a Facebook event and filter it to everyone but Yuks?
no, the girl who called me, I was like, I invited you to this thing.
Yeah,
right.
So, but yeah, they're like, well, we would have come on as a sponsor, so they came on for a sponsor this
Beautiful.
time. We got Steam Whistle is a huge sponsor.
Yeah.
Huge. And they have no additives in their beer. You can drink it without fear of getting corn syrup or Monsanto GMOs.
This
That's
guy's
true,
been,
yeah.
He's been on a health kick lately.
No
drinking
arsenic
Steam.
in their beer.
No arsenic in their beer.
But they are not our only beer
100% Canadian laborers.
They're not our only beer sponsor. We also have a local beer sponsor called Oast,
Oh, they were tasty.
and they sponsor the Icebreakers Festival. There's a couple kegs. Got the boys drunk all weekend.
I
Yeah.
drank some straight from the tap, man. It was nice. It was like the milk teat of beer. The cow teat of beer.
Yeah. And then who else we got? We got my buddy's winery, Ravine Vineyards.
Yeah. Ravine, like the hypnotist? You guys remember that guy?
No.
I went and saw him when I was a kid. It was terrible.
He was a hypnotist named Ravine.
Oh, yeah, it was the worst.
Was he Indian?
No, he was, he kind of looked like Kenny Rogers at the Thunder Bay Community Auditorium. It was the worst fucking 2 hours at that point, yeah.
And who else?
Little side tribute.
But yeah, Ravine's giving us a nice luncheon on the Saturday. Hunter was a part of the.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you happen by Ravine, try the charcuterie plate.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, there's duck jerky, and they have...
Duck jerky.
This sounds crazy,
That
but they have
actually
this
does sound, yeah.
amazing yak tongue, cured yak tongue.
Yeah, it was pretty
Damn,
good.
this shit's good.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, and their golden beets. Oh, they're pickled golden beets.
before lunch, we will be all going paddleboarding in Lake Ontario.
Is this a thing for people to watch, or is this just for you?
They
you
can watch
and
if
the
they want.
comics,
But
really?
a good friend of mine, Tim Balashuk, he runs Paddle Niagara. down there.
Okay.
Cool.
And he wanted to sponsor us, and he said he'd take everybody out. Anyone who wants to get in Lake Ontario at the beginning of June.
Oh, man.
It ain't pretty.
I'm sure you'll draw all the rotund members of, this festival.
We've actually got a pretty thin lineup.
You have a
this
thin
year.
lineup. Yeah, that's true. You have a svelte roster there this
Yeah,
time
Cal
around.
Post is he's skin and bones these days.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
well, we got that fat prick Horwood. but,
Brian
you know.
Horwood, host of YTV's Cash Craze.
Yeah.
But he's a Viking, so it's cold water. He'll just be right at home.
I know.
Yeah.
Give him an island full of people to sodomize. He's good
If
to
we
go.
don't get him to lunch, he might eat Cal.
Yeah.
You got to be careful falling into Lake Ontario, because I don't know if you guys know this. Lake Ontario stands out amidst all the Great Lakes as the only lake that's tested positive for bed bugs.
Really?
You fall into Lake Ontario, make sure you tuck your pants in your
Come
socks.
out with some bed bugs.
Who else we have? Ali Hassan. From, from
Strombolopolis?
George
Yeah.
Strombolopolis.
From the Strombo show.
the
there.
Strombo Show. He's going to be hosting
Sweet
the 10
kid.
o'clock
He's
show.
going to do good things.
He's a great
Strombo.
guy.
Damn, that man's charismatic.
Yeah.
Love Ali's son.
Yeah, he's
Ali, yeah, he is too.
He is a gem.
Yeah.
And then on his show, we got so Ali hosting. We got Cal Post, Chris Locke, Christoph Davidson, headlined by
Look at
Rebecca
that.
What a lineup. Chris
That's,
Locke, star of MTV.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got some names in there. And then I'll be hosting the 8 o'clock show. First set of the night is a local showcase. There's a comedy competition going on right now in St. Catharines over like a couple weeks. Like Niagara's next top comic, whatever that.
So is that? And
the winner of that, we're giving them. They're doing a guest spot on the 8 o'clock show.
That's a cool little cross promo.
Yeah. Look at that.
And then Ryan Horwood will be on that show. Steph Tolev, and that will be headlined by Nick Beaton.
Steph Tolev, star of Much Music.
Star of Much Music.
With the number one album on iTunes comedy right now, the Lady Stash new album there.
Yes.
So many wolves. Yeah,
so
many wolves. And isn't that true? Don't you find, Hunter?
So many.
So many wolves.
So many wolves.
Around
So
there.
little
Is
chickens.
the number 2 comedy album Nincompoop by chance? By
I
Hunter
think
Collins?
it is, yeah.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? It actually is.
It's number 2 as
We
in
just-
it's poop.
I just got a text right now. Beep, boop, boop. Number 2 right now is Nincompoop by Hunter Collins.
Damn. That makes me crack
Have you
to
just
4
been
million.
staring at a poster for your own show?
No, I had a document here and then I closed it.
Because I'm just saying that graphic's been on your iPad.
It has. Well, it's probably just hasn't frozen in a while.
Did you get that specially made? Or is
The
that you?
glass? It's actually etched into the glass.
Nah,
My own
but-
show poster is
I'm talking
laser
about
etched into
who's your poster guy?
just somebody from the bar from Kitsch there.
Oh,
It's a
yeah?
poster for Kitsch. Live at
at
Kitsch.
Nice.
On Thursday nights. That is a real...
I've been doing all my own graphic designs.
Yeah,
and
see, I can't.
suck at it.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't. Because if you go back to when I first came to Toronto in 2011 and I was doing my own show posters, it's very obvious that I just kind of drew them at the kitchen table with like a Crayola in my wrong fist, crudely scrawled. It looks like whoever drew them was masturbating with their other hand. So I don't do that anymore.
We did actually.
I mean, I masturbate
I'm
with
sorry
the wrong
to hear you
hand
stop
still.
masturbating.
We actually
Yeah.
did break down and paid somebody to make us a logo. And
But
here
see,
it is.
there's a reason for that.
Can
This
you,
is
can
why
you show this to your audience? Can
I
I
could-
just put it up to the mic?
You know
right
what?
now?
Let's do it in descriptive
They see
radio.
it.
It's what I would describe as an Art Deco sort of a font. Very clean, very sharp, very crisp, very classic, very classy for Niagara on the Lake. Not to be confused with the Falls, Niagara Falls, because that's a cesspool.
don't ever do that.
That would be where you would think Jeff Paul came from, but inexplicably he doesn't. He comes from the nice Niagara, and it has a very nice image of a clock tower on there. The clock tower from Niagara on the Lake. In fact, the town's centerpiece.
Beautiful.
And it says Clocktower Comedy Festival because it is, in fact, Jeff Paul's second comedy festival.
And then I took their logo and I
another
made
one with
that
a-
logo.
I like
You
that
took
one.
that and made that?
I took
like
theirs
that one.
and made my own.
I like the second one because it's got those 2 big-titted Dominicans diking
Yeah.
it out on it.
Well, I figured
They're in
what's
love.
going to sell? 2 big-titted dyke Dominicans. That's what's going to sell.
That's what
you want to
the
push your
people love.
product?
We've said it was too waspy out there already.
Yeah.
Get some
And
ethnic
you know
flavor.
what? It was easy for Jeff because he just hopped down there one day and just really quick got them on their lunch break when they were picking all the grapes for the wine down there before they went home.
That's not even a stretch.
Yeah, it's actually true. And
There's slavery in
quick couple of votes. And
Southern Ontario.
There's slavery. There's a slavering. That's where you're getting all
crazy.
your jams from, listeners.
Slave jam.
It's slave jam
Ask
from the
yourself
hands
if-
of the immigrants.
Excuse me, is this slave jam? Excuse me, waiter, is this slave jam?
We don't serve
you know-
slave jam here at Eat.
I don't know if you
That's
saw
the name of our restaurant in Toronto. Here at Eat, we don't serve slave jam. We only serve free person jam.
I don't know if you saw my new spokesman. This
A homeless
guy-
man?
A homeless man. I paid this homeless man to hold a sign up to wish a girl a happy birthday for
Yeah.
me. But I've made him another sign. I will pay him to hold a sign up that says "Saving up for a Clocktower Comedy All Access Pass."
You used a ruler on that sign, didn't you?
No, man, I did that all freehand.
There was
you're good.
you had your
And-
fucking eye closed and your tongue sticking out like the goddamn Lickamaid kids while you drew that. I
That took me
sure.
3 hours of company time. Not my company. I started the company
The
I
day
work
one-
for
the
during
day
the
job,
day.
yeah.
But
Well, yeah. That's
so
fuck
and then
them.
every year the newspaper asked me to submit a picture for the story.
Yeah.
So the picture I'm submitting is going to be a homeless man holding up a sign for the thing. And
How I have to ask, obviously.
$5.
Okay.
$5.
Jump right on that one. I was gonna say, how much / what did you give the homeless man? $5.
gave him
eh?
$5, and he went, and I was like, just hold the sign.
Spaceship.
He was Swedish.
It was Paid him in meatballs. Off to the races. Wait, how long did he have to hold the sign for? Just for the picture? That was
I
it?
just snapped a few pictures. And,
4 days.
and then he like...
Don't drop it or I take the money back.
Yeah, well, I hadn't given it to him yet. And then after that, he started like pawing at me for the money. So I'm like, here's your $5.
You made the most offensive gesture when you did the throw the money.
Just get out of here.
$5.
But
It's like
I
you
like
throwing it
how
at his neck.
casually he just like slipped into that, like we're both used to just taking photos of homeless people. Like, oh, this time it was easy. I just got him to hold a sign.
The weirdest part now is because he's my local homeless guy.
He's your neighborhood
Yeah,
homeless.
and now I see him and
He's
I'm
your
like,
guy.
I
Everybody
always
has a
give him
guy
like
for
the
them.
gun, like the winking gun, like, hey buddy, like we're friends now. And he just gives me this weird gaze and doesn't know where I'm coming from. But
He doesn't remember.
I stumbled into my McDonald's at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, when saw
a
your
couple weeks
Big
ago.
Mac guy.
Yeah, I had to get my.
Wink and gunned at him.
But the homeless guy was sitting in there, and I was like, that was the first time I saw him after I got him to hold the sign. And then I was like, hey, buddy! And then he's just like all confused. And then I ordered him some food, but by the time they got it, he was sleeping on his seat. I just went and put a burger next to him while he was passed out. So,
Well, that's pretty good. That's the honor system. You
Yeah.
could have just walked away eating that.
hey, you know what?
You would have been none the
McDoubles
wiser.
ain't nothing to me.
That's some weird ass homeless tooth fairy shit.
You're on the you're
Fall
on
asleep
the
in a McDonald's. Wake up with a McDouble
He
next to your
woke up
head.
from his gin coma to find a half-eaten burger.
He's got a girlfriend, too. I
Yeah.
feel weird talking about this
Really?
because he might be
What's
listening.
her name? Cooking Sherry?
He might be listening
I saw that.
on his iPad.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's weird. You actually see a lot of homeless now in Toronto. A lot of homeless, because that's how we're pluralizing it. Homeless eye. In Toronto with, like, iPhones and shit. It's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, like, better phones than me. I see that a lot.
I saw some guy who's dressed
wonder-
better than me asking for money, and I was like,
Yeah,
dude.
right? Is that a profession still, do you think? I know they kind of got rid of most of the squeegee kids, but do you think just
Well, remember that
panhandling,
was
you
there
can
was that
make
like
a decent run off
that
of that?
suburban housewife who was coming into the city every day and just playing homeless.
Yep.
Why not, though, if you're
Making, like-
bored?
Hey,
Just
it ain't
making a
illegal.
killing.
Right? Pinot and Vicodin only get so fun after a while.
Oh yeah, so anyway,
Time to turn off the social and go play homeless for
this-
a couple of days.
I
Yeah.
see. I'm walking with this girl I was dating last summer, and because we had always see the homeless guy, and he's always a disaster. So it was just something.
He was like your song.
Well, this is why I got him to hold the sign for this girl because we would all. It was always something we'd be like, "Oh my God, look at him today! He's wasted."
Yeah.
So one day we're like, "Oh, look, he's got a girl." You know, we're all happy for him. Then we come like kind of walk around to the other side, and she's got an unzipped like a hoodie, like unzipped. And just ugly old tits, just
Oh, boy.
and we're just like we came walking around like, hey, way to go, and then we're like, oh my God, and she was yelling at everybody.
Oh yeah. I'd stand and watch. That's the power of breasts.
Just start jerking,
Start jagging. I'm not an
jerking off to
animal.
those homeless tits. Hey, tits are tits, man.
You know what?
remember them.
I've never seen a pair of homeless breasts.
Oh,
and
they
quite
can be
frankly,
great.
right?
They can be pretty awful too.
What a show.
Yeah.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I told you.
Well, it's
about,
interesting to see what they've picked up along the way.
I told you
know,
about
what
that
kind of
crackhead
scars.
that tried to blow me that one night. I think it's I do it in a bit sometimes, but she was like following me home trying to blow me. I'm like, listen, leave me alone. And she then like. I said some choice words I won't repeat because I'm not nice to people.
Yeah.
And she said, I was a sunshine girl in 1986.
Yeah. Yes, you were.
And then I said, and it looks like you've been in the sun ever since.
Yeah. They took my picture, put it on the side of Jilly's, and here I am.
Oh, Jilly's. We
Shut
got
down.
Yeah, we got to country. Do you want to go? I've never been to Jilly's.
neither.
You've never
Yeah.
been?
No.
Well, it's because I live in that neighborhood. I'm in.
And so
Weston.
you're there often.
It was part of a pub crawl when I first moved to that neighborhood. It was
Whoa.
like, okay, we're ending up at the Pro B house and we're starting here.
Mm-hmm.
And the rule was every bar we pass, no matter what kind of a place it is, we're grabbing a drink there and move on. True pub crawl.
Whoever made that rule up knew Jilly's was on that
We
walk.
knew Jilly's was there, and Jilly's was like the third last place, and we were shit tanked by the time we even got in there. But even for a strip club, we walked in there and we were like, nothing that gets poured in a glass. Quick bottle of beer, and out we go. Because it was just
Tip Vita on her way out.
yeah.
She got fired. Too crazy for Jilly's.
Yeah, that's how-
I brought
yeah.
it up to my buddy that Jilly's was closing, and he was like, He's like, oh, they wouldn't let me in there one night because I was drunk, and they were like, you can't come in, you're drunk. He goes, does anyone show up here sober? Where's at the start of the night?
Yeah.
Like, guys, we'll go warm up at Jilly's. And then,
I'm expecting some people named Jeeves to be working there.
Yeah.
do they have a valet?
A lot of innocent girls finally going back home to their parents' farms in Grimsby. They disappeared when Who's the Boss was on the air.
I do like what they're doing with it, though.
Which is what? What are they? Condos? Yeah.
No. They're gonna restore it and keep.
To its former glory.
Yeah, it was the place to be back in the day.
But is it still going to be a strip club, or
No,
what do
it's
you mean?
it's gonna be like the Drake. It's gonna be like
Oh, that does
like
actually make sense.
like a swanky hotel.
I can't even
like,
flip shit at that. That actually makes sense.
yeah. They're Leslieville's like they've been trying to get something
It's
going down
gentrified.
there for like 15 years. Or
Oh
so.
yeah. That whole neighborhood is just basic because there's still some of the old element there, but it's very gentrified. It's just like rich kids eating Ed's Real Scoop, Ron James, dude with the neck tat who just freshly beaten his girlfriend. That's the whole neighborhood, and just
But
on a
it is
continuous
hipster
loop.
free. So
It
that's
is
good.
hipster free. Yeah, that's true.
Unlike this
Yeah.
fucking neighborhood.
You got to go Queen West for that.
Yeah.
I feel
Down the
bad
street.
for those strippers. Like, they all have to get jobs as, like, lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, back to school. 2 more credits to my law degree.
Your Honor, I object.
Well, they can get a good.
You want to dance? No.
They can get a pension now, though. Right?
Guilty, huh? Maybe you'd change your mind, Judge, after a sucky jobby. Which is Japanese for blowjob.
Oh, R.I.P. Jillies. It's a nice, nice plug for that.
It's sad to see, but I don't know. I think it'll be
Toronto
good once they
institution.
make that place nice.
I could just picture them, like, tearing the place down and throwing, like, old insulation out in garbage bags with strippers in the bag trying to get out and shit.
Well, it's like, you know how when they gentrify these neighborhoods and condos move in and stuff, it's like along the way, you know, a lot of the good historical stuff goes along with it, right? Which is sad to see. So that's going to be like the last bastion of butt aids in Leslieville. That's just gone now.
My buddy back home
Can't get it
you
anywhere
can get
anymore.
butt aids by eating at Danger Stands across the
That's
street.
true, yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of the real jerk.
Oh, I found the new real jerk.
There's another one, yeah.
Bebsy went there for lunch a couple weeks
More
ago.
like the fake jerk.
My buddy back home, Plumish, Hunter knows him.
I know Plumish.
He's like a plumbing, heating, air conditioning sort of guy.
What? His
Jack of
name's
all trades.
Plumish and he works in plumbing?
Makes
Yeah,
sense
yeah,
for
yeah.
his name right
What
there.
the hell
But
is
he
that?
had to go do some work at the in the old rooms of the only strip club in town, like the upstairs rooms where it was pretty much just a brothel back in the day.
Yeah.
And no NOTL?
Yeah, it's like underneath the Skyway, like the
Oh,
Skyway
wow,
there.
that's dirty.
We can't say too much because we are trying to get them as a sponsor for for the Dirty Show. I'm like,
yeah.
a midnight show. You guys want to sponsor it? But yeah, he said he had to go up, and it was just like old 70s porno.
Oh,
It was just
yeah.
all crusty. It was just a disgusting mess of humanity.
Yeah.
But hopefully they cleaned it up and made it nice.
Yeah. Just in time to sponsor your festival.
Gave it a good Febreze.
I may have had sex with a stripper in the back room at that.
That's
Not the upstairs, just in the VIP room on a couch with my buddy looking over the cubicle wall, and I was high-fiving him.
That's what those places exist for, though, Jeff.
I know. I was young
proposed
and
to a
foolish.
lot of them when I was a fat young boy in college.
Yeah, you're just like, I will take you away from
Just
all
going
this.
around, yeah. I'll give you a good life. I work at 2 different subways. I'm in film school right now. I can give you a good life.
You were a
love
double
that.
artist?
Right.
Actually, yeah, not even Mr. Sub,
Oh.
which is even
It's pathetic.
that's the lesser sub chain.
I'm surprised you didn't kill yourself in the bathroom.
Yeah, you're not a sandwich artist there. Even you're like
No.
a sandwich
You're a
hobbyist.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're,
Or
you're a
piece of shit.
sandwich open micer.
Sandwich open micer. That's what it is. Yeah. I got that 6-inch turkey down after 3 years of just tight fives.
Yeah.
I was actually
working on your
I was a
seven.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sub guy for a lot of years, man. I lived.
Oh, that place is gross.
But you find the ones you like, and they're
The bread smells like your grandpa's
You know what? I
couch.
actually got, because this was in like downtown Port Arthur and Thunder Bay, so I got knife robbed on almost a weekly basis there.
Jesus.
For people
But you're
just
like, oh, Bill, what are you doing, man?
Why are you
I'm gonna
coming
tell your
in-
mom.
Yeah. This is like the Pee Wee Herman breakfast machine. There's too many steps. Why are you coming into Mr. Sub and knife robbing me to take money to go buy the Listerine? Why don't you skip the Mr. Sub and just rob the Listerine?
Steal
Yeah.
Listerine.
Yeah.
And you
just
know
go
what?
right to the source.
In a pinch, Listerine, not a bad cocktail.
Yeah, it's true.
But you try explaining basic math to a knife-wielding North Bayan.
That's true, yeah. It's just the northern man's absinthe is all it really is. It's the new blue fairy,
If you drink Listerine out of a martini glass, classy.
Yeah, creme de menthe.
right? That's all it is. Oh,
A cigarette butt on the toothpick.
John Player special, of course. Get those JPS going.
That's what I smoked back in high school because they had my initials on them. Like JP
Oh,
specials,
man,
baby.
Nice.
They were disgusting. Black pack.
You know what though? They were hell on wheels if you washed them down with a Charleston chew afterwards. That's what I remember.
I was more of a big league chew sort of guy.
Oh yeah. Even back then, eh? Just dipping puss and chewing snuff. That's all Jeff Paul was doing back then.
And vice versa.
And vice versa, yeah.
The good old days.
How do we, it was all stink fingers and bubble gum for him.
Stinkers.
Stinkers. What's the best way for people to check out the Clocktower Comedy Festival? It's coming up June 13th and 14th. Or when this show airs, it's coming up next week, so that's good and soon for everybody.
Yeah, it'll be June 13th, 14th, Niagara on the Lake.
Yeah.
There's going to be 3 shows on the Friday, big gala show on the Saturday, and you can get tickets through NiagaraOnTheLake.com, or you can call Cork's Wine Bar and Eatery once this thing opens up and I get its number. See, the things I was going to bring in, I had all
had
the
on
That you had
paper
on
or
your
something.
phone?
but now I'm looking through my phone.
Well, because it's all pictures of homeless men with sandwich boards, to be fair.
NiagaraOnTheLake.com as the tickets, or you can call Cork's Wine Bar and Eatery in Niagara on the Lake at 289-868-9527. You can find us on Facebook at Clocktower Comedy, and you can follow us on Twitter at ClocktowerCom, because they cut me off after that.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, slow down,
Too
buddy.
many plugs. Too many social medias. There you go. June 13th, 14th. Jeff Paul, the founder, booker, I guess I could say co-producer.
Yeah.
You have a co-producer of Clocktower Comedy, Niagara on the Lake boy. His second time here on Forever Young with Dean Young and Friends on the Pod
And you know what,
Network.
Dean? I really hope it's my last.
It's
I'm
your,
kidding, I'm
well,
kidding.
we'll wait. If you start a third festival, we'll see.
Hey, we there's always the fall. We haven't quite bled the town dry yet in the fall.
It'll be the whatever that strip club he was just talking about is called festival
Private
coming
Eyes,
this September.
Highway 55, Viagra on the lake.
There we go.
Saying that DJ was welcome to Private Eyes. Highway 55, Viagra on the lake. Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Mercedes. Found out her last name was Beamer. Her
Wow.
real name was Beamer. So
Oh, man.
that joke sucked. I ended on a bad
Yeah,
joke.
we ended it on that. Beautiful.
That's it.
All right, that's episode 1.